'Tis the season, everyone. Super Yankee for life here once again for you guys. NFL picks, week number 15. Try to take me a little bit more seriously. With this Santa hat on. I'm in the Christmas spirit. What can I say? Anyway, getting right to the NFL picks. We'll start with the 1 o'clock games as usual. Giants at the Falcons. Giants coming off a very, very impressive win over not St. Louis, but New Orleans last week. Kicking game, running game was working. Special teams, running game was working for the Giants last week. They were really impressive in those two phases of the game. Atlanta's coming off a rather, I wouldn't say embarrassing loss. I wouldn't say Carolina's a bad team, but the way they played was pretty embarrassing against Carolina last week on the road. I'm gonna go with the Giants to go into the Georgia Dome and beat the Falcons. I really like this running back for the Giants. I believe his last name is Brown. I'm pretty sure. I'll have to do more digging on him, but I mean he's shown some bright spots in the running game with when Ahmad Bradshaw goes down. I mean he can step in and do a pretty nice job. Green Bay and Chicago. Now, this game right here is going to be very critical as far as NFC North because I think one of these teams will make the playoffs. I believe as far as like the wild card is concerned. Both teams, I think both teams will get in. But as far as who gets the wild card and who gets the division, I think will be decided in this game. Obviously, I'll go with Green Bay to win because I think they're just a hotter team right now. Chicago is kind of reeling a little bit. They lost to Seattle 2 weeks ago, and they got absolutely run on by Adrian Peterson and the Vikings last week. So I'll go with Green Bay. Who's coming off a win over Detroit. Washington at Cleveland. Washington needs a win. They basically need to win out just to have a shot at both the wild card and the NFC East. RG3 may not play. There's talk that he may play in this game. He was really lucky just to suffer a sprain and not something worse like a torn ACL or some sort of knee ligament in his, I believe his right knee from last week. Cleveland coming off 2 wins in a row for Cleveland. Slow clap, or golf clap, whatever. 2 wins in a row, coming off a win over Cleveland and a win over, I think it was Buffalo last week. Buffalo. Correct me if I'm wrong there, but no, St. Louis played Buffalo. They played. Wow, it's off the tip of my tongue. Hope I can find the team that played. I think it's Kansas City. It was Kansas City last week that Cleveland beat pretty convincingly. I'll go with Washington to win this game. Cleveland will play them tough, but Washington will win because they need to win. Minnesota at St. Louis. Minnesota, another team on the fence as far as NFC playoff picture is concerned. They could sneak in as the NFC North division champions, but they'll have to win out and get some help. But that's not going to happen, I don't think. So it's wild card or bust for Minnesota. St. Louis coming off a win over Buffalo. I don't know who in their right mind watched that game last week. I'm sure it was horrifying to watch if you lived in the St. Louis and Buffalo markets. I'll go with Minnesota to win this football game. I think Peterson, who I think will break Eric Dickerson's rushing record, single-season rushing record, will have himself a big game. Jacksonville at Miami. Jacksonville's coming off losses to the Jets, blah, blah, blah. Miami's coming off a loss to San Francisco last week. Let me fix my hat real quick over here. Looks good. Alright, whatever. Miami's coming off a close loss to San Francisco last week. I think they'll bounce back, and Ryan Tannehill's having a pretty solid year, I would say. I think they finally got themselves a legit franchise quarterback, the first one since Dan Marino. Tampa Bay at New Orleans. Tampa Bay is coming off a last-second loss to Philly. New Orleans coming off a butt-whipping courtesy of the Giants. I'll go with New Orleans to bounce back. A huge burden was lifted off their shoulders with the whole bounty thing. I'm not going to go into that. That's probably another topic for another day. I'll go with New Orleans to win this game. Denver at Baltimore. Two divisional leaders going at it. I'll go with Denver on this one, even though they don't really have a running game right now. Baltimore looks like they may get Ray Lewis back in the starting lineup, but they lose Terrell Suggs. I believe. I think it would be best if he would not play for the rest of the regular season and come back for the postseason. That's just my personal opinion. But they do get Ray Lewis back. It seems like he'll be ready to play. And as far as them firing their offensive coordinator, look, I think anytime something's not right consistently, you've got to make a change regardless of record. And it has to start with getting Ray Rice to football. That's going to be key. Although I like Denver in this game. Indianapolis at Houston. Indianapolis coming off a last-second win over Tennessee. Houston's coming off a very embarrassing performance last Monday night against not Indianapolis, but New England on the road. I'm not really sold on Texans as much as I was at the beginning of the year. Regardless of the record, I mean, they really had an opportunity to really prove themselves. I mean, it's not just the fact that they lost, it's how they lost. They were just absolutely overwhelmed and manhandled by the Patriots. It was just hard to watch. I'll go with Houston to win this game, but I won't be surprised if Indianapolis sneaks up and upsets them on the road. Seattle at Buffalo. I'll go with Seattle to win this game. They are coming off a 58-0 drubbing against Arizona last week. They just blew them out of the water by the first half. Detroit at Arizona. Quite frankly, I could probably get 22. I could probably get 10 other people on offense and 11 more on defense. Go play Arizona and probably whip them by like 30 points right now. That's how bad they are. I'll go with Detroit to win this game. Carolina at San Diego. San Diego's just a mess. Norv Turner will be fired. Phil Rivers will probably go off the free agency. Although he's probably under contract for another few years or something like that. Or if he's a free agent, he'll probably want to leave. That's just a mess there in San Diego. I'll go with Carolina to win that one. Kansas City at Oakland. Oakland playing tough. They played Denver kind of hard last Thursday night, even though they lost. Kansas City, well, maybe they're still grieving, which is totally understandable, but I'll go with Oakland to win this game. Pittsburgh at Dallas. Now this is going to be the key game right here. The loser of this game will probably see themselves out of the playoff picture. Pittsburgh already on the outside looking in, courtesy of the Bengals victory last night. If Pittsburgh wins, they'll go right back into the 6th spot in the AFC. Dallas will probably find themselves out of the playoff picture entirely because they'll have to win out and get some help as well to see themselves in the playoff picture. So it's a loser goes home since type of scenario here in this game. It's almost like an early Super Bowl game if you want to throw that out there, whatever. I'll go with Dallas because I think they are more of a consistent team right now, which is something I thought I would never say about Dallas. Jeez, they played hard for Jerry Brown last week, which is really cool to see. You know, hate to play. You really hate to see a team play for special circumstances like that, but I mean, it's really cool to see them play for a fallen teammate. The Sunday night game, San Francisco at New England. New England's coming off a convincing win over Houston. San Francisco's coming off a win over Miami. I'll go with New England on this one. They just seem to be on a hot streak right now. Nothing seems to be slowing them down. For San Francisco, it's really all about really getting Colin Kaepernick really comfortable and consistent in the passing game, because I think his skill set is wonderful. It's slightly better than Alex Smith's skill set, but I mean, Alex Smith was no statue in the pocket. Let's just say that. And then the Monday Night Football game, Jets at Tennessee. The Jets are only one game out of the AFC playoff picture. Totally did not see that coming. Totally not see that coming. Despite all the problems that they've had, they're only one game out. And I think they will go even to 7-7, and they will beat Tennessee. Those are my picks. Disagree if you want to or not. Until next time, Super Geek for Life, signing off. Peace and happy holidays.